I cheated on my boyfriend during my bachelorette party, and the next day he received the videos. In less than 24 hours, I went from being a fiancé about to get married to losing the wedding, my home, and my boyfriend. That night started like all stories that end badly. Laughter, drinks, promises of just tonight, knowing looks, and that dangerous thrill of feeling single. I was just weeks away from getting married, dress picked out, invitation sent, excited family, a good man waiting at home, believing I was exactly who I said I was. The bachelorette was in another city. To disconnect, that's what I said. Hotel, bar, loud music, men who didn't know me. I kept telling myself it was my last night of freedom, as if commitment was a prison and not a choice I had made myself. Each drink lowered the voice of guilt and raised the voice of my ego. I felt invincible, untouchable, convinced nothing had real consequences. Until it did. That night, I wasn't yet the villain in the video he would see later. That night, I was the perfect fiancé who, according to my friends, deserved real fun. And I didn't need much convincing. I liked the idea. I liked it too much. It all started with a guy who didn't know my full name, my story, or that I had a ring tucked away in my purse. And that's exactly what made it easy. No one asked questions, no one demanded explanations. It just happened. I knew what I was doing. It's important you understand that. It wasn't confusion, it wasn't pressure, it was choice. I chose to cheat. I chose not to think about the man who would call me the next day to ask if I had gotten home safely. I kept telling myself it was just one night, that it didn't change anything, that true love was intact. What a comfortable lie. My friends were there, some encouraging me to drink, others recording videos to have a memory. I didn't notice it at the time, or didn't want to notice. I was too busy living a version of myself I hadn't promised anyone I would be. When my bachelorette ended, we went back to the hotel with my friends. I came back laughing. I looked in the mirror and told myself I'd never speak of it again. It would stay buried there. No one needed to know. Mistakes only exist if they come to light. I slept like nothing happened. The next day I had breakfast, packed my bag, and went home wearing my usual smile. I hugged my boyfriend, told him I had missed him, and I said it so well that even I believed it. That day felt normal. Too normal. We talked about the wedding, the guests, the expenses, the honeymoon. I nodded, gave opinions, made plans, all while carrying a secret I didn't yet know was already traveling toward him in the form of a video. Because while I played the committed fiancé, someone else decided the truth deserved a show. I don't know if it was envy, morality, carelessness, or malice. All I know is that they recorded everything, and they didn't save it as a memory. The next morning, while I slept peacefully, those videos arrived on his phone. No context, no explanation, just clear, direct, undeniable footage. Me with another man walking hand in hand. Me laughing. Me being someone he didn't recognize. But I didn't know that yet. I was at home, making coffee, thinking about flowers and centerpieces, when I heard his phone vibrating over and over. Messages, notifications, a strange silence. That silence you don't notice until it's too late. I saw him looking at me differently. Not angry, not sad. Empty, as if something had broken without a sound. And right there, without me knowing it yet, the wedding was already canceled. That was only the beginning. I didn't know exactly in which second it all happened. I just remember his voice calling me by my full name from the living room. It wasn't a shout. It wasn't a complaint. It was worse. It was calm. That calm that tells you there's no turning back. I walked out with my coffee in hand, still thinking the biggest problem of the day would be choosing the napkin color. He was sitting on the couch, his phone on the table, screen lit. He didn't look at me immediately. He was breathing slowly, controlled, like someone making a huge effort not to lose it. I sat down across from him, confused. I asked what was going on. He answered with a phrase that still echoes in my head. "Do you want to tell me something before I do?" I felt a strange chill down my back, one of those feelings that arrive late but arrive nonetheless. I shook my head, smiled nervously, said I didn't know what he meant, and then he turned the phone toward me. No explanation was needed. The video spoke for itself. I was there, clear, sharp, undeniable, with a man who wasn't him, laughing, cheating, being exactly the person I had chosen to hide. Time froze. I could only look for a few seconds. My face burned. My hands trembled. I tried to speak, but no words came out. Everything I had rehearsed in my head in case I ever had to lie evaporated. He didn't shout. He didn't insult. That's what broke me the most. He said multiple photos and videos from the Bachelorette had been sent to him. Not just one, not a confusing scene, enough to understand everything without me opening my mouth. I tried to justify myself. I said it was the Bachelorette, that it was alcohol, that it was stupidity, that it meant nothing. Each word sounded more pathetic than the last. He looked at me like he was listening to a stranger talk about someone else. He asked if I really planned to marry him the day after doing that. I didn't know what to answer, because the truth was uncomfortable. Yes, I had thought about it. I had thought about getting married and pretending nothing had happened, living peacefully over a lie. Then he stood up, walked to the bedroom, came back with a folder, documents, clear signs he had already made decisions while I was improvising excuses. He told me the wedding was canceled, that he had already informed everyone, that he wouldn't expose himself to the embarrassment of marrying someone who had disrespected him that way. I felt the air leave me. I cried. I begged. I said I loved him, and maybe in some twisted way it was true, but it wasn't enough, because love is useless when your actions say the opposite. Then came the sentence that broke everything. "This is not your home." He told me to pack my things, leave, that he didn't want to see me there again. It wasn't violent, it wasn't impulsive, it was firm, and that hurt more than any scream. As I packed a bag, I heard his phone constantly buzzing, messages from friends, family, people who already knew. Because the videos hadn't just reached him, they had spread. The story was no longer private, no longer controllable. I left that house with a suitcase and a shame that couldn't fit in any bag. Outside, the world went on. People walked by. Cars passed. But my life had changed forever in less than 10 minutes. The following days were a mix of silence and noise. His silence, the rest's noise. Calls, messages, opinions, judgments. Some defended me, others destroyed me. I had no energy for any of it. I only understood one thing. One night's decision had erased years of building. I lost a wedding. I lost a home. I lost someone who had chosen me without hesitation, all because I believed I could play two versions of myself without paying the price. Today, I don't play the victim, nor do I justify myself. I did what I did, and I paid for it. Sometimes infidelity isn't discovered through suspicions or long investigations. Sometimes it comes in video form, unfiltered, unmerciful, straight to the person you least wanted to hurt. And no, there was no second chance, no emotional final talk, no perfect closure. There was a door closing and a truth impossible to deny. That was my real bachelorette, not of freedom, but of the life I thought I had secured.